Mystery Monsters of Loch Ness by Patricia Lauber. In the north of Scotland, there is a long, narrow lake. Mountains rise along its sides. Between them, the big lake stretches as far as the eye can see. The water is deep and dark. This is Loch Ness. Loch is the Scottish word for lake. Loch Ness is a lake with a mystery. The mystery goes back hundreds of years. It has to do with a big, strange creature that was said to live in the loch. Local people believe this creature. They spoke of it as the beastie in the loch. Most of the time, they said, the beastie lived underwater, but once in a while it came to the surface. Then someone might catch sight of its head or its back or tail. What was it? No one could say, for no one had ever got a good look at it. They thought it must be some kind of fish, since it lived in the loch, but it did not look like any fish they knew. Before the 1930s, few outsiders had heard of the beastie. Then a road was built along the Loch Ness. Many visitors began seeing the loch and hearing about the beastie. Some believed they had caught sight of it. One of these sightings was written up for a local newspaper. When the editor read the story, he said, "It's as it's it is that big. We'll have to call it a monster." That was how the beastie in the loch became the Loch Ness Monster. From then on, many papers printed stories about the monster. They made good reading. These stories made the monster famous, but many readers thought it was a joke. To them, a monster was a make believe animal, something they might see in a movie. They thought the Scots had invented a monster to draw tourists to the loch. Accounts of the Loch Ness Monster also sounded like jokes. Many people thought they had seen part of it. The parts added up to a very strange creature indeed. It was said to be 20 or 30 feet long. The body was thick in the middle, but it thinned out towards the ends. There was a long neck with a small head. Some people had seen what looked like horns or feelers, two fleshy stalks that grew out of its head. Some had seen a stiff mane or a fin on the neck and shoulders. Sometimes the back looked like an overturned boat. Other times it had one, two, or three humps. Some people saw two or four flippers. They said the monster swam by paddling with its flippers. Other people saw no flippers. They said it swam by using its powerful tail. The monster seemed shy. It never attacked boats or people. It was easily startled by noises, such as the slam of a car door or the putt-putt of an outboard motor. Any noise caused it to disappear. Sometimes the Loch Ness Monster sank silently from sight.